Floor is yours.
Hey, everybody, welcome to Burn It Down NASCAR podcast. Post Martinsville. Get right to it. What'd you think?
Snooze fest. Told you it was gonna be a snooze fest.
Who was it that brought out the green-white checker? The race.
42 car.
Hunter?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
That
John
made the
Hunter
most.
Nemechek. Yeah.
I couldn't believe when Denny Hamlin went in the pits. I was like, what are you doing?
He literally, I heard it's pretty much do the opposite of Hendrick. So if Hendrick's coming in, he's staying out. If Hendrick stayed out, he's going in.
Did you see that meme that I posted where Denny and Bubba?
Yeah.
Your favorite team beat you, all of them.
Yeah.
They swept the podium.
Yeah.
I thought that was really awesome. Yeah, I don't disagree with you that for Martinsville,
Martinsville should always be action packed, and Denny Hamlin. Like I said, I watched the clips of his podcast, and he was on the last, like you said, he went in for those tires. 4 tires, you should be slapping people. And he said on that start finish.
Yeah, but you only had 2 laps to do it.
I don't matter. He has new tires compared to their old tires who stood out. Whoever's in front of him, I can't remember who it was. He said he tried to go out there and give that person the bumper because he wouldn't get out of the way. The lap car on old tires. He said he couldn't do it because of the way this car is designed. He says here we go again, the same circle. They need to change their short track package, and whatever they try doing off season hasn't done shit. Boring.
I don't disagree. For Martinsville, it was.
This should be a smash 'em. I remember of, oh man, I can't remember who it was. I think it was Ray Evernham or Steve Letarte on Gordon's car because they knew how bad the bumpers got wrecked in the rear. He put a brace in the back and all the sheet metals wrapped around it because he kept getting hit in the bumper and it kept ruining people, kept hitting them. So that was a thing because people always hit the rear end of your car. And they can't do that now. They can't get to it because of this stupid car. It's not the arrow, it's the car.
Well, it really isn't a thing at a place like Martinsville, Bristol,
No,
Richmond. These short tracks. Arrow's not the deal. It's ability to work the track. You know what I'm saying? And maybe that's the wrong terminology, but it's figure out the setup, I don't want to say wear down, but manage the tires, get a rhythm, find a lane.
this is what Clint Boyer said on a podcast or somewhere. He says, to make short track package good, we need max horsepower. We need the ride heights to be higher. The bumpers where they don't line up, where they can't be, how they are now, are pretty much the exact same on all cars. And he said 1.5 inch to 2 inch narrower tire. He said that was pretty much fix these cars. And everyone agreed from who was reading it and talking about it.
I agree. That goes back. I hate this luck wide single lug.
They just have the single lug, just make the tires smaller. That's been a big problem with this car ever since they brought it in. We do these tires, it gives you more grip, having this much tread on a tire.
All right. I said I can't argue with anything that you're saying.
Horrible race. Short track racing used to be so fun to watch. It's not it anymore.
Not like it was. Nope. Absolutely. I honestly don't know what to say.
We talked about this, I don't know, a week or two ago. If you're tired of the package you got, create your own, go to a short track and test it, provide the data. Who cares if you get fined because NASCAR can't, you said you can't do exhibition without them knowing and practice without them knowing and blah, blah, blah. Who cares? Just go fucking do it. If you're tired of this stuff, go out there and prove. Do changes. I don't care about.
Well, what were they were. It was the horsepower thing that they were talking about a week or so ago.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Go out there and try it. You got the technology and you got the techs you can do it. Just do it. I'm tired of saying, well, if NASCAR do this, you go do it. You prove it. You have the resources and funding to do it. If you get fined, oh well.
Yeah, I agree with you. If you're trying,
everyone's so afraid to get fined and in trouble.
And can prove it and take the fine.
Yep.
And then stand on your hill and say, I told you so.
Well, it's the same concept as when it was year one of these new cars. And remember when Roush, Fenway, Keselowski got fined in trouble for their tires? And they won. They tried something with these tires because they said these ain't gonna work with these. So they tried something on the tires, and NASCAR's like, oh, okay, that did work. And they didn't find it anymore. And now those whatever modification they did to those tires, it's pretty much probably the lining to help line it up. They use those now as a standard. Do it.
Yeah.
NASCAR may get pissy about it, but who cares? I'm to the point. I don't know. If I have Denny Hamlin, I had the money he has, and he's just freaking do it. Even Hendrick, I like I said, do a collab. I have one car from each major manufacturer. Just do it. I just don't get how they just don't. Hey guys, we need to fix this ourselves because right now they cannot survive their short track package. What they've tried, it doesn't work.
Well, they're talking about losing a date at Richmond because of
that's what I'm saying, and it shouldn't be that.
It shouldn't.
No,
we need to Richmond races. It's and NASCAR saying it's over the fact that I suppose from what I'm hearing is Richmond refuses to resurface the track.
It's not the track. It's your damn car.
It's not, and that's their stand. It's not the track. It's the car.
Okay, if you're proving my point. Take some cars to Richmond that you say it's the track and do these different setups. Go there, talk to Goodyear and say, hey, we want a 3-inch smaller tire, a 2-inch smaller tire. We want to change the ride height. Put a 800 or 900 horsepower car in it. Try them. You could do that on one car.
Yeah.
You could modify these cars to do that.
Take all three manufacturers and
yeah. Do it at Richmond where they say they're blaming the track and no. It's the car you're doing. Take that underbelly off. Prove it to them that shit don't work. It's your car. I'm tired of them bitching about it when they have the money to do it.
Well, no. We've been talking about this for years, especially we're in the third year now of this new car. They got to do something because
I'm sorry.
Even though, go ahead.
I'm sorry. No car like Joe Logano with 120 lap tires should be able to lead the race. That is unacceptable at Richmond. When you have cars behind you, it's 4 tires, and you took 2, and your right sides are 120 laps on them, and you're still out there leading? No fucking shot. No way. Should not be a thing.
And they were saying that they're the same tires that they used at Bristol.
Oh, I have no idea.
So, I don't know. All right, let's go through the particulars. Will Irons first. Larson second, Elliott third, Bubba.
He's only there because no one could pass. No, he can't only there because no one could pass. He just didn't mess up. That's all.
So he adapted to the conditions. As much as we like to bash Bubba,
If he
I
would,
will give him
if he
credit.
qualified 30th, he would have finished 30th. He would never worn up to the track. It's just where you were. Let's be honest here. Let's be honest.
Okay.
And my point proven. Okay, and I told you I did my other league, and I was 10 points from max. You know what I do? I take top 6 qualifying positions. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's all I do. And guess what? I got almost. That's what I do.
That's what I've been doing. Same league. I know the NBC Sports or whatever.
It's NBC's or MRN. I can't remember which one I do. But it's all I do. I take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then the heads up, I take whoever's favorite. And that proves my point that if Bubba was 30th, he would have been 30th because you can't pass. It's not him. It's just you couldn't pass. And it all comes down to pitting and all that stuff.
Well, that was going to be my point. Is you got to have your pit crew.
Yeah, and yes, he had bad pit crew, so his pit crew was actually good. But it's when you have lap cars being able to, keep up with the leaders because of you can't pass, there's a problem. So Bubba being 4th, yes, gold star to you. But if you were 30th, you would have still finished 30th. Is this how it shaked out with this track? You couldn't pass. You couldn't work your way up through the field.
Okay. All right. Blaney was 5th. Logano was 2nd. Reddick 7th. Bowman, the straggler on Hendrick Motorsports. In 8th, Ryan Preece. Nice showing for Stuart Haas. Was in 9th. Briscoe 10th. Same deal. Hamlin with that late pit stop. I'm not sure what he was thinking there, other than what you said, do whatever the Hendricks guys don't. But with, 2 laps to go when you get going, that was, to me, kind of a boneheaded move. Kyle Busch, who had a lot to say, and a lot of what you're reflecting.
It's going to come to a point where these drivers are going to say, screw you, we're going to do what we want. It's going to come down to.
16th, Truex Jr. just could not get his stuff wrapped up tight enough. 19th, Ty Gibbs. Truex 18th, Gibbs 19th. Keselowski, man, them guys just can't get it together. And 24th. That Christopher Bell, he had troubles.
Yeah, he had that was weird. It looked like a front tie rod broke because the tire was turned to the right, but then they put the new tire on. He was good, so I didn't understand how or what happened. Maybe they replaced it, but yeah, he had a front tie rod, right tie rod or something broke.
Yep.
And then he went down laps, and that was it.
Yeah, in 35th. So that's that. On the standings, and correct me if I'm wrong, Kyle Larson is
number 1
in 1st.
Yep.
Truex is in 2nd. Hamlin 3rd. Byron 4th. Blaney 5th. Elliott 6th. Gibbs 7th. Chastain is in 8th.
And Bell dropped 5 positions. Who?
Yeah.
Well, we got to realize between 8th and 11th is only 5 points, so any one of them could swap every week.
Exactly. Chastain in 8th, Reddick in 9th, Bowman in 10th, Bell's in 11th, Bubba is in 12th, which he's settling down to his normal 15th, 16th. Busher 13th, Logano is in 14th, Busch is in 15th, Keselowski, and I don't remember where he was last week, but he's in 18th, which seems like an improvement to me.
He's down 2, it says. So he's down 2 positions. So he was 16th last week. Now he's 18th.
Then that was an improvement. Was not. And Jimmy Johnson's in 38th. So we keep a Jimmy Johnson watch going on. All right. As I said, overall, Martinsville, I was disappointed just for lack of action, lack of passing. There weren't I don't know what the penalties were doing during the race, but they didn't have a whole lot of them. There was a few, but not like normal. In our head-to-head, it wasn't much of a contest because we basically took everybody the same. But you did take on the first pick Hamlin over Truex, and you got that one. And then on winners and dark horses, you took the 48 car. He was 8th. I took 10 car. He was 20th. Dark horse on the win-lose. Took Logano. He was 6th. And I took Stenhouse. He was 29th. So you killed me there.
Logano struggled that whole race, and then he did that 2-tire strategy, which really helped him. He's lucky he did that because he's the one that proved that it worked, and he's the only one who started back and worked his way up because of that strategy.
Don't disagree. Now, Fantasy League. How do you get a 223 and get your ass absolutely kicked? I'm like, yeah, 223, I'm styling. Oh, wait a minute. So congrats on that. You took a commanding lead. I couldn't believe it. I was like, man, I'm doing great. This is awesome. You get above 200.
I think you're 200 is like what you want to have every week.
Every week.
Yeah.
And I did 23 better and still got smoked.
And I had 248.
Yes, you did.
Hamlin doing his stupid pit stop screwed me.
I kept Blaney in because at the time, if I think I had, who did I have in the garage at the end? But at the time,
Truex.
It wasn't the right.
Yeah, Truex, and then Blaney, yeah.
No, I had Blaney in the garage.
You still have Blaney in the garage.
Exactly. If I'd have switched him out versus. And
you missed you missed 2 of your heads up. You said Truex over Hamlin, and you said Noah over Briscoe. So right there's 20 points.
But you got, so I got 20, you got 30 on the heads up.
You got, yes, yeah.
Okay. And then, like I said, I had Blaney in the garage, but at the time that you had to make the decision, Blaney was way behind.
Yeah.
And I was, if I'd have just kept Blaney in and.
It was only 7 points, so to put you at 230, if you would have took Blaney over.
Yeah, well, that would only have been an 18-point difference. So I'm scratching for every point.
Yeah.
So, all right, but good job, kid. I mean, that's awesome. 248. What maximum is 280 or something like that?
I can look in the other league, and I'll say that's whatever maximum that other league is. Maximum in the other league was 279.
Oh, wow.
And only 3 people got it. I can look at the things. They had Bubba, they had Byron, Hamlin, Larson, Elliott, and they had all heads up correct.
Well,
wow, Bubba had 51 points because he's up front all day because of the how the track was, and he got so many.
I would have never put him in at Martinsville. It never even crossed my mind.
And he got stage points, is which he got. He had the second most points for the week. Yeah, Larson had the most. then Bubba, then Elliott, then Byron. I don't know who number 5 was, but Hamlin was 6. He had Hamlin in there, so I don't know who number 5 was for points. I'm trying to find. I don't know. Oh, number 5 was if you had Logano, he was 5.
Well, like I said, I'm not shamed. I'm just had a lot of shade thrown on me because this was, like I said, 223. That's normally a
win, yeah.
Boom shot, you know, and I got smoked. So, all right. I think we're done with Richmond, or Martinsville.
Tell you what, Texas ain't gonna be any better.
I hope you're wrong. I think, be a little bit higher speed, 1.5 miles.
There's a reason why they took the All-Star race away from it.
No. Give a shout out to Eric Almirola, wins for the first time for JGR in the Xfinity Series. It was a win. Again, the Xfinity race was better than the Cup race.
Those cars,
in my opinion,
they're better cars, because they're different cars and they don't have that stupid aerodynamic car shell.
Yeah. The only real news that excuse me, I found, and again, we're doing this on Tuesday, so penalties, if there are some, haven't been handed out. But Austin Hill is going to do 4 starts now for RCR and Cup, starting at Texas, and I believe the 33 car.
Yeah.
So good for him.
He's going to take Austin Dillon's spot. I think Austin Dillon's done after this year. He can't. That dude. He couldn't go straight if he had bumpers. Training wheels.
Gave him a new crew chief. Nothing changed.
His granddaddy needs to go, hey bud, it's not working out.
You need to go back to trucks. You need to go back to.
If you want to race, you can do that fine. But here's an executive role in the company. You're still gonna get paid more than you're driving. We need you out of the car because we're losing money. You're losing. You're hemorrhaging money in that car. That 3 car needs prestige in it, and he ain't it. Sorry, bud. That's a hard truth.
I absolutely agree. But I can see his side. Hey, man, I've got a Brickyard 400. I've got this. I've got that.
I only think he's won 1 race in this new car, and it was a Talladega crash, and he was 15th when it happened, and he was the only one that got through the wreck. And by the way, he was going backwards down pit lane because of a crash previous. He didn't win it because of skill.
No. I don't disagree. I love the family legacy. I love that they got the 3 car back out there. But like you said, there needs to be somebody that can do something with it. Although there's nobody with more talent than Kyle Busch, and he can't do much better. There's a problem at RCR, and it's in the engineering. They've got to fix some stuff over there. It's not only the driver, although
Kyle Busch got screwed a few times this year, by the way. Like, let's be honest. Like, he's been there, he just hasn't finished. Like Atlanta, that was his race. He got stolen from him. But
he's got a lot. He's bitching and moaning about their short track package.
They need to. Well, you're 15th in points. And I mean, you're fighting with Chase Briscoe behind you and Brad Keselowski. Like, you're a better driver. Come on.
I agree. Uh, it's kind of a little go back a little bit. You see the Dale Jr. and his comments about Hamlin and the restart at Richmond.
Yeah.
It just seems to me that now that Junior is going to be on NBC, and his affiliation with NASCAR is kind of over.
Yeah.
He doesn't have it through broadcasting. In fact, by the way, he's racing 10 miles down the road on Saturday night here.
Go.
I'm gonna try. Believe me, I think it'll be cool. He's at the new. They're on 258 as you're going into Jacksonville. That little speedway on the left.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about. He's doing the Cars series there. I think it'd be cool. Mine are gonna try and do that. But he was like, look, the rule's black and white.
Yeah.
It's not yes or no. It doesn't change on 455, lap 455 or lap 5. You all admitted that he jumped the start. He's basically, what is going on here? And it goes back to our discussion last week. He should have been put at the end of the longest line. Logano should have got the win. And it was just interesting. For me, because he was so reserved for so long on his comments.
Well, he has to be neutral when he's in the booth like that and going into it. So now that he's not in the booth, he doesn't have to be neutral or partial. He can be honest and say his real thoughts.
And that's my point, is now that he's not got anything to do with the national broadcast and all of that, he's really decoupled from NASCAR as an entity. And now he's more pointed in his comments and more pointed in his criticism and the good, the bad, what he likes, what he doesn't, and it's not that fallback, well, NASCAR makes the rules, blah, blah, blah. He's saying, no, that was wrong. And I just found that very, very enlightening or freshening, whatever you want to call it. I was like, all right.
He's not trying to be NASCAR's politically correct. He's just being correct.
Lapdog.
Yeah.
So, all right. And again, I know we're kind of early this week, being on Tuesday, and I scoured J-Ski.
Yeah, there's nothing. The only one I thought was kind of funny is the guy who threw his bumper got a bumper sponsorship.
Oh, Joey Gase.
Yeah, he got the new sponsor that sells bumpers, which is kind of funny.
I think it's awesome. And I still love direct hit. It wasn't a glancing blow. It was a right there in your face. See what you did. That was in the Xfinity race over at Richmond. That was fantabulous. All right, so let's move on to Texas. And I've got to make my little. Do they have you checked if they've got the heads up yet?
Let me look. They might. Come on. Yeah, they do.
All right, I haven't looked at it, so let's do the heads up. What's the first matchup?
Kyle Larson or William Byron at Texas. Man, I don't know because Byron's on such a damn hot streak.
All right.
The average
Then we
finishing
go.
position for Kyle Larson at Texas is 10.6. The average finish for William Byron is 11.3. Or no, that's this year. Never mind. That's not at Texas. That's this year.
All right. Whew. Over the last 10 races at Texas, William Byron has had 5 top 10, and I for our points of discussion, he's had 10. Larson has 3. Let's see. Average finish for Larson is 21.3, and Willie B is 12.3. So I would have to take Willie B on this one.
It all really depends on how they qualify, but I would take Kyle Larson. But it's kind of hard to go against Willie but he's either hot or he's not. So
Yeah, it's all in or nothing. All right, what's the second one?
Daniel Suarez or Brad Keselowski?
I'm taking BK.
Yeah, same here.
Third
one is 2311 Racing's Tyler Reddick and Bubba Wallace. Tyler Reddick.
Yeah, I'm taking Reddick.
The next one is best friends Ryan Blaney and Chase Elliott. Ryan Blaney's won the All-Star race there 2 years ago. I don't know what he did in the race, but
and top 10s over the last 10 races, Elliott's got 3 and Blaney's got 8, and he is number 1 on the chart.
I would say Blaney, yeah. Because Blaney, for some reason, loves that track.
And I'm with you.
It's kind of like California or Kansas with Jimmy Johnson.
Yeah.
Or Martinsville. That boy loved Martinsville too.
Okay. I had this queued up and standings. Where you at?
Not much to choose from. Ooh.
Oh, you found something. All right, let me.
All depends. All depends if he actually knows how to race that week.
Oh, come on, give me a break. Quickly. I need. All right, I got it finally. Duh. Who you taking for the win?
Ryan Blaney. He's there. I think he's gonna win.
Well, Ford needs to
pick it up.
Yep. I'm actually taking Chase.
Ooh. He's on the verge too. He's finally he's getting confident. Like I said, we talked 2 weeks of confident, and in this again a week. Again this week he was confident and fit. He was supposed to be second, but Kyle Larson snuck past him. But
all right. What choice for Dark Horse?
I'm gonna do Josh Berry. Or did I have it wrong? I do have it wrong. Hold on.
Let's say 25 and below.
Noah Gragson then.
Okay. Dark horse. Oh, I gotta change this.
Come on, you know you want to take Austin Dillon for your dark horse.
Oh, it's killing me. It's killing me. Um, I'm taking Joy. These are kind of tracks that he always seems to somehow be in the top 10 at the end. He doesn't get in trouble. So there you go. And I'm gonna scan Jayski's one more time just
Yeah,
to see if
I went to
anything.
Bob's Twitter and there's still nothing of like as of 5 minutes ago.
Yep, I don't see anything. Martinsville TV ratings were very similar to last year. Bet they go down in the fall. Uh, NASCAR says work continues on short track packages. Yeah, no shit. All right. I'm sure something will break about 5 minutes after we sign off. It always seems to.
Yeah.
But that's it, guys. I know it's kind of late in the season, but join us on Fantasy Live. When the chase starts up, it's a fresh start, so you can get a feel of how to do this between now and then. Uh, have some fun with us. Call you out. We have one guy in there, but he's clearly not.
Not
He's
anymore.
just yeah, not since Daytona, his initial lineup, but would appreciate others getting in. And even though you don't have a shot, like I said, for regular season, you can definitely get in for the chase when everything resets. So unless you got anything else, I don't want to bore the folks.
Not a thing.
That's about all. That's about all I got. So everybody have a good week, and we'll see you after Texas.